game number 2. Shoutouts from both players right now. It's from Specs and XSync. And as I was saying, guys, every little bit of your support counts. Every little view counts, honestly. If we can get a decent viewer count with StarCraft, and we can actually move on to some tournaments in the future. Hopefully, I would appreciate your feedback as well, just to help out in this transition for me to working on StarCraft as well. I know I'm not the best suited right now because I'm not fully focused on to it, but I'm just trying my best to actually give you guys some games with make the community active again. In the meantime, these two guys have been helping me out. eXo.XtinC on the top right, gonna be on the yellow Zerg. eXo.Specs with the Manor Mine. I don't know why Specs likes doing that. He clicks on the mineral field and then just this probe just holds it. Just being really cheeky. And so anyway, eXo.Specs on the bottom left, and we're gonna have a expansion to the right already. Gonna put the wall in at the first ramp to not allow the Zerg to actually move on in. So a very early Nexus here from Specs. A little greedy if you ask me. And honestly, if eXo.XtinC went for the spawning pool a little bit earlier, Specs would be in a world of hurt. But that's what the scouting probe is for, just allowing the Protoss to know where it's going to be coming from. And one of the things the Zerg can't do properly is proxy. The only thing they can proxy is a hatchery, and then hope for the best, just going for those spawns. On the other hand, you can always proxy as a Protoss, and especially as a Terran. Proxying as a Terran, very dangerous, allowing the Reaper to get into the base a lot faster than usual. It's annoying for your Zerg to get scouting. It's always annoying. It's so cheeky right there. But anyway, so this probe still holding on to those minerals, just giving a quick little neener there onto those drones, and we're gonna have the chase finally. Cue the Benny Hill music. And also, I see the tactical benefit as well of harvesting first. You take away 5 minerals. That's it. I don't know, it's such a small thing, but maybe it makes a difference. I don't even know. Interesting enough, he's gonna put the pylon up on top and the Stargate at the bottom. Interesting positioning here from eXo.Specs, putting the Stargate down below. It just makes this second base a lot more vital than it is, because if the second base falls, the Stargate will easily be overrun. At the same time, he can put some cannons up on top to go for some free hits here and here. It's a lot of space to work in for the Protoss army. We have our usual things being built up, meta boost, the Zerglings now tearing apart this Adept, the Scouting Adept already using out the Shade, and gets taken down without really any kills. They're going their way, 1-to-1, so 1 Zergling for 1 Adept. Always gonna be a trade that the Zerg would want. Meta boost is gonna be out and about. Warp Gate as well as the Stalker are in play. So this is your standard wall here. The Adept gonna be the front line, gonna be the Stalker in the back line. It used to be the Zealot, but apparently they have a discount in Glaives instead of Psyblades, and the Adept will be there for its duty instead. The Adept is also pretty tanky, honestly. Very strong against light units. 140 is nothing to scoff at. It's not as tanky as the Zealot, but gets the job done. A third base now being built up here by eXo.XtinC. And the drone's gonna go for a transition. We have the Evo Chamber, and we have a Spore Crawler already. That's a really good scouting there from eXo.XtinC, or maybe just knowing who his opponent is, because the Stargates are out and about, and the Phoenixes are gonna be in play here for eXo.Specs. In the meantime, though, the Protoss just macroing up, trying to get as much probes as he can. He's in the lead actually with the probe count, but in the meantime, the Queens are in play, gonna start that creep spread. Look at that. Creep spread is very important, honestly, nowadays. It used to be not too important. Like way back in the day, creep spread was important, but not to a fault. Like, you could overcommit too much on creep spreading, but now the more the map is creep spreaded on, the more the map is purple. It benefits the Zerg so heavily with that increased movement speed. It's just so good. It's such a good factor in RTS. It's really interesting to note. Like, you have this army that gets stronger in terms of home base, but at the same time, you want to be very, very aggressive. It's really cool. Like, throwaway units, but at the same time, it's about swarming instead of just disposing of them. But these guys, very, very disposable. We have the Banelings now into play. Gonna be in the middle. We'll see if the Baneling bus will actually commit on to this. The Zealots starting to do some work. And where will the Banelings go on? No. Oh, the Banelings gonna be in the middle. Doing some damage there. Perfect force field from the sentries. And eXo.XtinC forced to back off. The sentry play from eXo.Specs well timed. And we have the shield battery now coming up as well. I think they only got one Zealot, or I'm not even sure if they got the kill on the Zealot. Yeah, I think they got the kill on one Zealot. But anyway, here comes the Phoenix Armada. Graviton Beam is into play. The real question is, where will he use it? On Overlords or on the drones? No, the Phoenix now. They'll be on the Queens instead. Gonna go for the circle play, but the Queens are already and en masse. They have 3 of them. Good transfusion there to keep the Overlord alive as well. And the one sad thing for the Protoss army, they don't have a way to actually heal up their mechanical units. They don't have repair, they don't have transfusion, and the Phoenix is now just waiting on by. It's interesting, like, such a advanced army in terms of the alien race have these planes that they're just smoking around. It's like, nah, it's fine, don't worry about it. Speaking of don't worry about it, the Phoenix just getting rid of those Overlords, supply blocking the Zerg, and this is really good actually. When you supply block the Zerg, you can't build any units. Look at him tear apart all these Overlords. There's gonna be a lot of commitment there, a lot of larva being used rather onto the Overlords now. Graviton Beam there, getting rid of the Queens, and this might be it. This honestly might be it, because the Queens are just being torn apart. The Overlords will be ticked off one by one so easily. He can't build anymore. He has to build Spore Crawlers instead to get rid of the army count. But this is so much damage done by the Phoenix Armada. Graviton Beam is the name of the game, as well as these light thrusters. He's getting rid of these Overlords, but all hope isn't lost yet for eXo.XtinC. Even though he supply block, he has his Zerglings now to try and do some damage. But look at the amount of Phoenix now in the sky. When one dies, maybe 2 more will take its place. What heroes never die, and these Phoenixes are absolute heroes here. Getting rid of the drones, just tacking up those Spore Crawlers. Perfect micro as well. Not really losing any Phoenixes as of yet. One of them really low. Oh, finally he loses one, I believe. Yeah, there you go. He loses one. But he has done so much damage in this fight. The drones are being picked apart. The Zerglings don't even know what to do. They're frenzying with the lack of control. They're just gonna move in instead, but just the base is so tanky. And now the Phoenix is gonna go on the retreat. Specs making so much space for himself to work with. And this is just an absolute slaughter, honestly. This makes me sad for these poor Overlords, how Specs is playing this, just tearing apart those flying units. He needs to upgrade, he needs to get a spine ASAP. He making Hydralisk instead, interesting enough. I guess maybe the Spire rather, is Mutalisk versus Phoenix, not really the best fight. I'm not even sure. But anyway, the Overlord's not hiding in the top right, just being protected by the Spore Crawlers. And this Phoenix have paid for themselves. I would love seeing Phoenix play, honestly. They're anti-air units, but at the same time, because of the anti-ground with those Graviton Beams, they're gonna dive on in there and take a bunch of damage. But another set of drones falling. eXo.XtinC honestly doesn't know what to do. He's stuck at an impasse. He's always forced to focus on his base. The Zerglings just have been chilling, just running around, doing absolutely nothing, allowing the Protoss to expand behind this. Honestly, Specs could have gone both a third and a fourth behind that. As now, here comes a move on in. But Zealots versus Zerglings, I still feel like the Zealots can actually take this fight. The Zealots have the charge to do some damage. A lot of Zerglings there falling, as well as the Zealots. Gonna be pretty even so far. But now the extra warp in there from eXo.Specs sealing the deal. The Phoenix once again into play. Oh, the Spore Crawlers have been unrooted, not being able to do some damage. And this feels so dragged out right now. XTinC just trying his best to try and figure out a way to deal with this. Hydralisks by the number, and that's 4. 4 Hydralisks cannot do anything against these amount of Phoenixes. They can all be grabbed up, honestly. And now we do see a little more Phoenixes. Gonna kill one. Oh, look how fast the Hydralisks die! Just get one up and kill them immediately. Just diving in onto those Spore Crawlers as well. This is dive comp in action, courtesy of the Protoss Skytoss Armada. The Golden Armada now just flying off into the distance once again. And that's gonna be GG. That game was GG 5 minutes ago. The moment all those Overlords died, just forcing the Zerg to do absolutely nothing. The Zerglings couldn't do anything. And Extinct not responding appropriately. Could have gone for maybe the Hydra Desk sooner. Maybe gone for the Corruptor Viper composition. But it is what it is. And Specs taking the second game.